Yo, what's going on, YouTube friends and family? Hope everyone's doing great because I'm doing great. We got another edition of the Kenny and Manny Show. You already know we got a special edition this evening. Hope everyone's having a great Friday. You guys got some solid plans for the weekend. What's up with you, Manny? How you doing, man? How's things out there down south?
Chilling, man. It's a beautiful day out here, man. Weather's fantastic. Just taking it easy.
Okay.
Messed up my shoulder a little bit on some crazy shit, but that's a
Fuck
different
happened?
topic.
Why
Nah,
you didn't
forget
tell me
about that.
before?
Nah, man, forget about all that crap, bro. Just a young old nigga out here, man. Just trying to,
Yo,
living. Yeah, bro. But other than that, man, it's a
yeah,
sweet
buddy,
thing, man.
pulling your back muscles and shit. Yeah,
Man,
but yo,
don't
man, I
get
got
old, man. Don't get old.
yeah, yo, nah, man, that's a blessing, man. Fuck all that, man. Yo, let me tell you something, man. Yo, I don't know if you heard. This is guys. I just want to let you know a lot of the shit that we talk about is off the dome. You know what I'm saying? But we keep
Heard.
up with stuff like this, though. I just want to let you know, man. Did you hear about the Nick Cannon situation? Him having his 20th kid. Now I'm capping.
Out the cap.
His seventh kid. Shit, might be.
Yes,
He
sir.
had his seventh kid, and he's getting backlash on the internet because he's having all these kids. Like, I want to hear your perception on it. Like, I'm definitely gonna give you mine. I want to hear what you guys. Yeah, first of all, did you hear about that, the Nick Cannon situation?
I sure did, man. I sure did. And I do have it pulled up here, man. Listen, he has a whole bunch of baby mamas. Baby mamas, man. Starting from Mariah Carey, Brittany
Okay.
Bell, Abby
All
De La
right.
Rosa, Alyssa Scott, which she was been on the Wild and Out show. She was pretty
Okay.
baddie. So yeah,
Okay.
man, just popping out kids, man, left to right.
All right, so he's exercising
Damn.
his biological right as a healthy man, a healthy, high value man, right?
Exactly.
That's
Exercising
what
his
he's doing.
options. Number one key thing, bro.
Exercising his options. And yo,
Yes,
why don't you elaborate what exercising options mean for those that don't know what the fuck that is, especially if there's women that are watching talk about what do you mean exercising your option? Let them know, how do men exercise their options? And is it the right thing to do?
definitely, man. So simply
But
put,
hold on, you got your coke? You got your
nah,
coke?
man, I got the coke right now, man. You know what I'm
Oh, you
saying? Yeah.
capping right now, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I owe you motherfuckers down for next time, man. I'm gonna double up on that motherfucking coke, man. But you already know coke, holla at me, man. We still want that, sponsorship, lifetime supply. Stop playing with me, man. Get my shit. uh, but yeah, man, what I'm saying? This motherfucker's out here, exercising his options, right?
Okay.
Let's kind of put it to this perspective. And it kind of it all goes back to even just having those conversations with females, when you're talking about girls. And it's like, well, why do men get to, mess around with many girls, but if a girl does that, then there's
Right.
always a problem, right? So when you bring it back to
Right.
that,
Right.
like we've talked about before, you and I, like, what do we
Mm-hmm,
call a
mm-hmm.
key that can open many locks, right? We call it a master key.
Master
Well,
key, Papa.
what do we
Master key.
call a lock that can be opened by many keys? That shit is garbage.
A cheap ass lock. I ain't going to
Yeah.
24-hour fitness with that lock. I'm
Nah,
letting you know right now.
hell no. I wouldn't even use that shit, not even for the pool. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. We ain't
Hell
using
no.
that shit. So
Hell no.
simply put, man, and the reason is like that is not to be like
Mm.
sexist or anything like that, ladies,
Of
if
course.
you're following us, but it's simply because it is way more challenging for us to be able to find
Of course.
partners, sexual
Of
partners.
course. Of
You know what I'm saying?
course.
I can go on a conquest. I could go on a quest right this moment, just trying to get numbers and trying to close out the deal. And you can give me a solid year, and I guarantee you that a girl can outdo that in a matter of a week. In a matter of a week, she can easily sleep with about 20, 30 guys if she chooses to, if
Even if
her,
she's not financially fit.
it
Even if she's
doesn't,
not
yeah,
financially fit. As long as she's
exactly.
attractive, she got some
Mhm.
type of body, she's good to go.
Exactly, man. That's it. That's
Mm-hmm.
all. That's all she needs, man. Everything just catered right to her. For us, it's not the case, man. So because of that, when we hit that accomplishment, it's
Right.
it's almost like a sense of, like, Rocky, man, when he climbed up, doing his training, he's in the top,
That's a
man. Like,
fact.
yeah, So for us, man, it comes to that. Right, we don't
Of
care how
course.
much money you make. We don't care about none of that stuff. At the end of the
Of
day,
course.
what we care is that poom poom. If that poom poom is
That's
right
it.
and that body is tight, we're gonna go ahead and do what we gotta
That's
do
it.
and bless it.
And it's just right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. Yeah. And
And
bro,
yeah,
go
go
keep
ahead.
going.
No,
Yeah.
wait, what was that?
Now, but even from a biological standpoint, like a lot of women don't understand, like men have testosterone, women have estrogen. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it one more time. Men have testosterone,
Yeah,
women have estrogen. And women's like,
it's a
why the
fact.
fuck does that matter? Unfortunately, I blame the educational system, right? Because they're not educating men and women enough on the human anatomy, right?
Mhm.
Men produce millions of sperm cells
It's a fact.
each day. Each day, let's say we never masturbated and we never ejaculated, we're going to keep producing sperm cells
Mm-hmm.
until day 90. Now, women may say, what the fuck that got to do with me? Well, that's an indication that we think about sex all the time.
All the time.
Again,
Yeah.
another study, after 7 days, our testosterone increased by 145%. Testosterone is the main hormone that makes us aggressive, builds muscle, facial hair. That's what makes men men. Like, that's why you look at all the crimes that's going on. It's men, because men by nature are aggressive. We're meant to conquer. We're meant to take over things. That's the difference between men and women. Women, their sex drive is at its peak when PMS is coming. When the period is approaching, guys, you only have 15% of what we got. Most of our body is testosterone. You guys have 15% of that shit.
Yeah, and that's when you see it, man. And it's just so much that goes into that, from like bone density and stuff like that. And that's why it was set up that way, because somebody, right, one of the genders has to be the aggressor when it comes to initializing the sex act, right? If you make both genders the same, then they may or may not encounter one another and perform the sex act, which obviously that's the whole purpose, right? To reproduce and keep life going. That's the whole purpose of this. So we just so happen to be that gender. And because of it, the downside of that, if you want to call it a downside, is that we're constantly, thinking about, just like Kenny said right now. But yeah, man,
right now, as we speak.
Exactly.
As we speak right now.
I know we digress quite a bit there, but we brought that up to kind of then bring in the point of like Nick Cannon. He's again a healthy guy, young dude. The biggest obstacle, again, as men that we encounter is being resourceful. Nick Cannon has that. He has fame and fortune. Multi-millionaire, man. So that's it. That guy, he's made it. So what happens there is that he's going to be one of the selected few that is going to open that door and be part of that club. So because of that, he's going to have a whole pool of women that he can entertain, right? That's the dream, guys. If we can get to that level, we can entertain as many females as we like. Now, granted, there's always exception to the rule, right? Not every single guy is like that, but the majority, it's overwhelmingly so, it's going to be the case, man. So with that said, yeah, man, he's exercising those options. He's able to go ahead and meet other women, and he wants to, from my understanding, based on his words, he wants to make sure that he still has life even after death, right? He wants to, shout out to Biggie.
Of course.
He wants to be able to leave his seeds and procreate. So, who are we to tell that man he can't do that? As long as he's able to provide for these females, and he's able to do what he's doing, and he's not being a deadbeat dad, or he's being like an asshole or something like that. Man, why not? You know what I'm saying? As long as he's not selling these females dreams and stuff like that. Why not, man? Do what you gotta do, play it. You know what I'm saying? People it easy.
How I'm saying this is not a misconception for men to say, oh yeah, I watched the Kenny and Manny show. They say I could cream pie all these girls left to right. No, listen, if you have the finances, you have the money, the mental stability, and you're able to teach, and you have the flexibility to educate these kids. Because remember, to provide money is one thing, but to teach them right from wrong, that's another job. There's two jobs of every parent. If they're able to implement both tactics, the financial aspect and also the social interaction standpoint, then by all means do that. Nick Cannon is doing that. If he's being a father figure and he's also providing, by all means, he could do that. Because if you look at all the ancient texts, Bible, there was men and prophets that had multiple wives, multiple children. You get what I'm saying? Remember, there's even a scripture that even says, it's not even to get all religious. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a priest. I didn't go to theology, religion school, none of that. But there's a passage that says, children, be fruitful and multiply. Again, be fruitful and multiply. Now, you guys may say, what the hell does that have to do with today? That's from back in the day. Well, let's think about it. If you got the freaking, we produce millions of sperm cells every single day. Why didn't God change the male anatomy to only produce sperm once a month?
Exactly.
Why is it every single day we're producing it? And when we shoot out millions. Why is that? Isn't he's perfect? Right. For those of you that are believers of the higher power, wouldn't he change it? Like he says, okay, I think enough is enough. I think it's time to stop these men from, bro. It is what it is. Nick Cannon, he could do that. That's my perception. He's successful. He's been on his purpose. He has good movies. He has multitude of talents. Listen, if that's what he wants to do, he wants to engage with the opposite sex, and he wants to have kids. Why not? Rest in peace. Shout out to DMX. Unfortunately, he kind of did it the irresponsible way. He got 17 kids. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't really leave anything behind. You know what I'm saying? Difference with Nick Cannon, his net worth, from my understanding, allegedly $30 to $40 million. Probably could be more. That's what he reported. 30-40 million dollars. But you know, when they report something, that's not the actual statistical number. So what I'm trying to say is, if you have the money, you got the self-awareness, and you want to have 10, 15 kids, why the hell not? You know what I'm saying? But now if you don't have it, and you don't have self-control, you don't have a career, you don't have multiple streams of income, don't be silly. Wrap your willing. Matter of fact, you shouldn't even be having sex, to be honest. If you don't got your shit together, you shouldn't even be having sex. That's just my personal opinion.
That's a fact, man. And another thing, you know, kind of, it's funny you say that, but also in a serious point, guys, you should be protecting yourself at all times. Please, guys, don't just go out there and just start, you know, gang banging everything you can, you know, raw dog and whatever you youngins out here calling, man. But yeah, don't be out here, you know, blowing backs out. You know what I'm saying? If you're not protecting yourself, you know, just don't do it. You know, don't do it. I know it's tempting. And from my experience, girls are more often than not, they're not gonna really prevent you from. If you try to go in there like you're gonna just, you know, go in all raw, more often than not, they will let you. They will let you. So again, so pregnancy is not the only thing that we have to worry, man. It's 2021. There's a lot of thousand diseases out there, guys. So keep that in mind. Make sure that you're protecting yourself at all times. Think about it like a UFC or a boxing match when the referee says, protect yourself at all times, man. So make sure you guys are protecting yourself, man. Again, don't be silly. Wrap your willy, man.
Wrap your willy and ask questions. To be honest, I mean, I understand you guys want to hit and quit. Yep. Say it again.
Carfax, man. When you're here with these hoes, hey, man. My apologies, ladies, but hey, show me the Carfax, man. Show me the Carfax. And for those of you that do not have vehicles yet, right? When you're gonna go buy a car, a used car, heck, it doesn't even matter if it's a brand new car, right? You want to see. Sometimes you want to see where that car was built from, where it has been, where, you know, if it's traveling through snow or what have you. You can ask somebody, hey, show me the Carfax. The Carfax is going to show you the mileage when it was first purchased. It's going to show you how many owners. It's going to show you if the car has been in any wrecks. It's going to show you like all the documentations of the paperwork. Are there ways to kind of hide some of that information? Yes, but primarily it's a good indicator of the condition of the vehicle. So the same things apply for females, man. Keep in mind that normally females are going to have a higher body count than their peer, right? In men. So, you know, if you're looking at a 20-year-old girl, chances are she's going to have maybe about 3 times more than the body count of a 20-year-old guy.
Of course.
So keep that.
Always that possibility. Always that possibility. And granted, that statistic isn't for every girl. We're not generalizing all women, right? Because there's women, right? You know what I'm saying? But the ones that are actively on social media and they go out, they engage in social interactions that where, you know, weed, alcohol, and they have promiscuous friends and they pretty much dress like how they want to dress. There's a high chance that they engage in, you know, a lot of sexual activity. And guys, man, I'll be honest with you, I know there's an ego that you want to fulfill. You, for some reason, you have this concept, which is a biological thing, right? You want to spread your seed by as much as you can. That's what you design. But you need to think from a logical standpoint. Ask questions. Ask them, hey, this, hey, that. Nick Cannon, you want to know why a lot of these celebrities they don't get these diseases and stuff like that? Because they're dealing with high prolific women. I'm pretty sure they get these women tested. Like they for sure know what they're dealing with. These wilding out girls that Nick Cannon, I'm pretty sure he's smashed. I'm pretty sure they had to go through a physical. They had to go through several things, a checkup before he says, okay, you're valid. Because before you work in any company, you have to give that paperwork to show that you're up to par, you have health, you don't have no weird disease. So he knows what he's dealing with. So you got to have that same self-awareness, guys. Self-awareness is everything. We spoke about that in the previous podcast. If you don't have self-awareness, you're just not doing it, you know?
Yeah, man. Definitely. I agree 100%, man. But, bringing it back to this dude, man, let him do his thing. I feel that, as long as he's being a good dad and
And
taking care of all
truthful.
his kid, truthful and everything like that, and he's not,
Right,
just selling dreams to these
right,
females.
right.
Hey,
They know
man.
what it is. They know he's a hyperlific dude, good-looking dude, tall dude, fit, shape. They know what it is.
You gotta,
You know,
get
they
in
know what
line.
it is. You know,
Yeah, yeah, man. But
you know.
on that note, man, talking about that, so so again, keeping it in the same similar subject, dynamics of the dating world and kids and whatnot. I
Right.
do have something here now. Of course,
What you got?
I based on the a little bit of just kind of looking at the message here that I bring to you guys. You can kind of tell based looking at some of the art in there that this is definitely fake, but the message can still apply, man, and it can be useful for you guys. So, Kenny, I do want you to take a look at this, man. I want you to read this out
Okay.
loud for our
What we
viewers,
reading? We're
man.
reading like a text, an article. What we reading
Yes.
again? Just to
So
make sure.
this is it's gonna be disguised. That's like a iMessage. So it's supposed to look like an iPhone.
Okay.
Um, but check this out, man. I
Let's see what's
want you
up.
guys to take a look at this. This is funny. So here we go, man. Let's go ahead, man.
Mhm.
Uh, let me know once you start seeing this.
Okay, I see it. I see it. So I'm gonna
All right.
start reading.
Yeah, read that for me, man.
I got you. Hey, babe. Guess what? So I'm assuming that's the female, hopefully, because I
Mm-hmm.
hope men don't fuck.
Yeah.
Because they dramatize shit. What, babe? Okay, that sounds like masculine. I got the job, 70K a year. What about after taxes?
Woo.
That's amazing, babe. Shit, only in America. That's amazing, babe. It can't have come at a better time. Now I can step down from my position, focus on my mental health. Huh? Babe, I'm not happy with this job. The money is great, but I've been working too hard for 4 years straight. I stayed so you could finish your degree. I just want a less stressful job. I'm depressed here. Depressed? How you gonna make 6 figures and we have everything we need, Patrick? Everything I think of Patrick, I think of SpongeBob. You're
Mhm.
telling me about your depression now? So you're gonna be unemployed while I pay all the bills?
Mm. Damn.
Wow.
Yep, and then keep
So
going. Then Brittany,
there's more to this shit.
yes, sir.
Get the fuck out of here. There's more to this. Say a word. I mean, click it. All right. I'm asking you to hold this down until I see this therapist and get my mental right. I already have a few opportunities lined up. I need a month. Wow, that isn't fair. I have to support you because you're depressed over a good career. You can't see a therapist as well. Let me pause real quick. Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
A lot of people have this misconception just because you're making a lot of money at a job, that automatically constitutes happiness. Let me tell you something,
exactly.
guys.
That is so
I
true.
have a buddy of mine. I have a buddy of mine. He's a software engineer. He makes 200K plus. Ask him if he's happy. Hell no, because he's looking at a fucking computer all the time.
Exactly.
Just a lot of people gotta understand. More money, more problems. I'm gonna say it again. More money, more responsibilities, especially if you're working for a corporation. There's a reason why they're paying you a lot of money, not because you're a good person or you're loyal. There's no such thing as loyalty to these companies.
None, man.
If you're
None.
working for it, none. Man could tell you he works for Fortune 500 companies. He could tell you, man, there's dark sides to it, but let's not get out of top of this. Keep going. So he says, no, I want to focus on my mental health the entire month. I'm asking you to have my back like I has yours. What's the problem? I don't want to do that. Typical girl. Typical girl. Yes, you can choose to allow me to focus on school, but that was your job. You provide for me, not the other way around. You can see a therapist and work. You're sounding lazy at this point. Lazy? Did I call you lazy when you were in school full time for 2.5 years? Listen, I said what I'm going to do with me or not. She said, not.
Shut it down.
That sounds right about right. I actually know a couple situations that turned out that way.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that in a second. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's crazy when you got, a few, again, based on this, we can tell based off of the art on the top, you can see here like the circle.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, but there's more. There's definitely more. This is kind of a funny one. It has a happy ending.
I gotta know about this narrative.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So we done? Are you serious, Patrick? I'm dead ass serious. I cannot support a man, not even for a month. I wish you would have told me about this depression. I would have left a long time ago. I don't have time to deal with it. You hid that from me, and that isn't fair. I hope you're able to get help. I didn't sign up for this. Okay. At least I know you're not wife material. I've been seeing a therapist over my depression, and I'm not quitting my job. I wanted to see if you truly have my back before I propose. Plot twist. Get your shit and leave my house. You have your job. Now you can pay all your bills. We done here. I knew you was playing. I was joking, babe.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Lies. You were serious, bro. I'm good. Just get your shit and leave my house. Stop calling me. I don't have nothing to say to you. You gotta be throwing these tests at this woman. Got it. That's the jab.
Bye-bye. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you hit him. You hit him with that jab. Hit him with the overhand right. Reddit bow. Shout out the fucking Reddit bow. How you figure that?
How you figure that? What? How you figure that? Come on back. Come on back.
Got him. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, beautiful this is it was a beautiful ending, man. Now, granted, I'll start to disappoint you guys. You can tell by the art. If you're looking at the little icon and the guy right here, you can tell that that's fake. All of this is fake.
But shit like that happens.
But man. Shit like this happen, man.
What if it happened and they just put it in an animated form to make it look fake? But things like that do happen, bro.
They do happen, man. They do happen. And of course, and I can attest to that, man. I've been in that position myself. Very, very similar. Of course, obviously, about my past relationship.
Hey, man, you want to get as personal as you want. That's on you.
No, definitely not. We're not gonna go there, man. And if we ever do, if you guys in the comment section want to hear something like that, man, that's gonna come. But we definitely got to get a lot more likes for that, and that will come in the form of a Patreon story,
Absolutely.
Man. So we'll definitely have those stories as well, man, that we can share with you guys. But again, that's a little bit more personal.
Of
takes
course,
a little more time, and
of course,
we're gonna save that for the Patreon. But yeah, man, we can definitely attest to stuff like that does happen, ladies and gentlemen. So you want to make sure that, and again, this is both parties. So for those of you that are females out there, take a look at that, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't be that girl. Don't be that girl. If you have a guy, and make sure to hold it down for him. If he's holding you down, make sure that you can hold him
50-50.
Hold it down, man. Don't, it's perfectly fine. Sometimes when you're in a relationship, especially a long-term relationship, both parties are going to have, ups and downs. So that's where it comes in, where, you have to kind of hold each other accountable. But at the same time, give that hand, the helping hand when one of the partners needs it, so.
Of course.
But yeah, man,
absolutely.
definitely
I agree.
Crazy, bro.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you my take. I actually know a buddy of mine that he actually went through the same thing. I mean, he essentially worked 2 jobs. He worked delivery, and he also worked, I believe, as a dental assistant, 2 jobs while his girl was going to nursing school. He held the shit down. And there was a point in time when he had health problems and he had mental health issues, and he wanted to take some time off. He wanted to take at least 6 months off. And the girl, she was making, starting off 80 racks. Like, she went accelerated program, I believe, nurse practice. I'm not sure how it works, don't quote me on it, but she was making a good amount of money, and he wanted to take some time off to focus on his mental health. He's not lazy. He has impeccable work ethic. He's on his shit. He'll be on his gym shit, but there's times that the mind, unfortunately, when you're in this capitalistic society, I mean, you can see celebrities that they be doing drugs and stuff like that because they can't handle the pressure. So a lot of people, they come to the United States. For those of you viewers from outside the United States can be a high pressure environment because you're trying to make it, you're trying to follow this high, this American dream, as they say. And sometimes it could take a toll on you mentally. And, my friend, to protect his identity, I'm not saying no names, obviously, but, it took a toll on him, and he told his shorty, yo, listen, I need some time off. And she was like, what? How selfish are you? And unfortunately, there's women that they can't think. Not all, there's women that do have self-awareness. Unfortunately, she didn't have that logical thinking process. She was like, no, get out of here. You're being late. Same exact words. Oh, you're lazy. You're lazy. You don't want to do shit. You know, how selfish is that? And, you know, that's crazy. Like, so he can hold it down, but you can't hold it down. You get what I'm saying? But it is what it is. And, you know, crazy thing, they still together. If I was him, I would have left. But, you know, I respect his decision. He invested so much time, but you got to have abundance mindset, man.
Abundance mindset, guys, and make sure to shit test your ladies, man. You got to shit test them. Girls will do the same shit to you. They'll test you to see where you're at, right?
Facts.
And especially in 2021, a lot of these girls, man, they have TikToks, and in TikToks they do a whole bunch of pranks,
and they
stupid
attract
ass
cocks.
things.
TikToks, they attract cocks.
Yes, sir. So make sure when your lady is, you know, your witch lady, that you can find a time and a place where you can shit test them, man. You don't have to do it all the goddamn time now. Don't be a fucking psycho. But every once in a while, you know, just at least
Every now and then,
initially,
you know.
just so you know what you're working with,
Right.
man. Once she passes those shit
Right.
tests, then you can proceed into the next phase, whether it's, you know, getting engaged
Absolutely.
or marriage and stuff like that, man. But don't just jump the gun right away thinking you're, you know, oh, she's the one, man. Because a lot of you motherfuckers out there want to shoot from the hip and boom and go right away. Next thing you know, now you asked out. Now you got a kid because, you know, you're cream pine like a motherfucker. Now you got kids, and now you live in a shitty ass life. Yeah, your pull-out game be crazy sometimes, man. So don't do it, man. Just, you know, be precautious. Make sure your things are set up right. Me personally, man, I've been fortunate enough to not have kids as of yet. You know, I've waited a long time. You know, make sure that everything is all situated before I go ahead and pull the trigger. And, you know, and sometimes you're gonna get that feeling that it's never the perfect time. But you want to get it as close as possible, man. That's
of course, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of you guys need to know how to differentiate between love and infatuation. Like a lot of you guys want to put a ring on it because she has a big booty, she has tests. Let me tell you something. We'll probably talk about this in the next podcast or one in the future, but there's a term called Coolidge effect. So I'm gonna give you guys homework. Research Coolidge effect, Coolige effect, is based on Henry Coolidge, which was a former president. We're not gonna talk about that because we could talk all day about that shit.
Yeah.
Basically, just to sum it up, men, when you blown that back out, you know what I'm saying, eventually your body's gonna recognize the same victim and you won't get tired. I don't care if she's bad, man. If she's Kim Kardashian, whatever vixen you're into, you will eventually get tired of that pussy. So what I'm trying to say is you want to make sure you're attracted to her mind overall, because that's what's going to keep a relationship. Sex does not keep a relationship. I'll say it again. It's not keep a relationship. You guys got to able to connect from a mental and physical and spiritual standpoint. If you don't connect from those three aspects, there's no relationship. So don't confuse infatuation with love, my friends. That's all I can say about that.
There you have it, man. So again, guys, thank you so much. Hopefully you guys liked the video today, and hopefully we provided you motherfuckers with a legendary video. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, share with your friends.
Give feedback because that helps with the channel, man. You know, we want to give you valuable information. Whatever it is that you feel like we could talk about, we could cover it. You know, it is what it is.
There it goes. Right to you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Most importantly, $1 for $1.